Hi, my name is Victoria Elam, and my research study topic is Social Media's Influence on Generation Y's Purchase Intentions. The purpose of this research is to investigate social media's effect on Generation Y purchase intentions. Technology plays a huge role in the Generation Y segment in society as a whole. Technology continues to change and new inventions are constantly taking place. Social media is just one of the major tools that affects people's everyday lives, especially in the Generation Y segment, and influencing their purchase behaviors. Technology today has created a virtual platform for the world to communicate. Researching social media's impact on consumers' purchasing behavior could enable retailers to capture better information about the consumer. Following with the research questions, my two hypotheses were: do Generation Y consumers base their purchase intentions on celebrity endorsements? And my second was, do Generation Y consumers base their purchase intentions on their peers? For my methodology, I created a survey using Qualtrics, and this was to collect data over a 2-week span. I included 19 multiple choice questions, and out of those, 3 of them were Likert scale questions. The questions included both demographic and psychographic questions. All of the people surveyed were male and female between the ages of 18 to 25 years old. There were a total of 41 responses that were recorded, which 11 of them were male and 29 were female. For my sample, out of my 41 respondents, 73% were female and 28% were male. The majority of the participants were African American, which was 59%. And also 27% were Caucasian, and the remainder for Asian and Latinos were 7%. When looking at employment, 53% were full-time students with a part-time job, followed by 38% of the participants were just full-time students. There was also 5% of the respondents who had a full-time job as well as being a full-time student, and 3% were part-time students with a full-time job. With the participants being on a college budget, 32% had a disposable income of $151 to $250. With the data analysis, my first hypothesis was accepted, which was, do Generation Y consumers will base their purchase intentions on celebrity endorsements. 29 out of the 41 participants agreed on how it affects their purchase intentions. This is more than half of them. This shows that Generation Y uses multiple social channels to follow certain retailers to see the latest styles and trends. The majority of the participants also agreed on how something is styled on social media affects their purchasing behavior. So if they're scrolling through on a social channel and they see a cute sweater with paired with a cute pair of pants, the way it's styled can influence and spark and make them more inclined to purchase, oh, let me get that sweater and the pants because the outfit was really cute together. My second hypothesis was not accepted, which was Generation Y consumers will base their purchase intentions on their peers. There were a variety of things that influenced the Generation Y segment when it comes to purchasing, but when it was asked about their peers, the peers didn't affect them. They were more affected by celebrity endorsements or seeing things on blogs, Facebook, Pinterest, etc. Next is my conclusion. This research was clear that the majority of the generation is using social media to influence their purchase intentions. Social media is a way for retailers to connect with the Generation Y segment and capture their interest in persuading them to make a purchase. More and more consumers are being affected by what they see on social media by retailers. It is very vital that retailers are using social media effectively to reach consumers. If retailers are not, strategizing and using social media channels effectively, they could be potentially losing customers and also lose prospecting customers. So with technology continuously changing, it's just very important for retailers to really understand it, really know how to operate it and know how to work it, as well as be able to post things that they know are going to spark the attention of the Generation Y segment, and so their company can increase revenue, but also satisfying the consumer and their wants and needs at the same time. My next thing was my implication recommendations for further research. With technology continuing to change, it has impacted retailers in a very positive way. This is just another way that retailers can reach out to this specific segment instead of for the ones who aren't always coming into the store, or the ones who aren't checking their mail or email, etc. With this, retailers are really able to connect with consumers, and one of the ways is by social media. Having an Instagram or Facebook for their particular store, their brand, with their products and merchandise on it. In the study, it showed that the majority of the participants follow retailers on a social channel. With the results that were gathered, there was ways it also can be improved. Out of the 41 respondents, with there being only 41, there could have been a larger sample, and also more males. There was 23 females and only 11 males, so maybe opening it up to more males and getting more males to take the survey could have also helped in the results. Also, there could have been more questions specifically related to social media, and maybe more questions narrowed specifically on certain products. Is it accessories that sparks this segment's purchase intentions, or is it just apparel, or so just a more broad range of questions like on social media, specifically like with apparel. And also comparing college students to non-college students. This research mainly focused only on college students, specifically that go to Texas Tech. The research could have also gone different if it was compared to college students versus non-college students, and versus the results, and seeing how does social media really affect the purchase intentions of someone who is in college and someone who is not in college. And that was practically it. There was a lot of information that was gathered, and with this it shows that the Generation Y segment uses social media on a regular basis, and social media does influence them to make purchases when it comes to certain items and different, like certain fashions and things like that. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.